Hi, it's Stephen from Sound Divination with here, coming to do day 6 of the May daily draws at the start of a new week, and we'll see what message we get. And I'll be, as usual, taking the first card from the Druidcraft Tarot deck and an Oracle card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So let's choose our first card and get today's reading underway. So here we go. And our card for today is, this is the Prince of Pentacles, the equivalent of the Knight of Pentacles. So this is slow and steady and sure-footedness, sure and steady progress, being careful with each step that we make. Making sure that we know, we're paying attention, we're focusing, and we're not rushing ahead. We're steadily going forward step by step, and that follows on from what we've had over the weekend about having the foundation, and yesterday the tower, making sure that what we're building on it is of the right kind of quality and material in our lives, that otherwise if we don't, it's prone to being struck down, to collapse. So it's building correctly, and as we build, we're not rushing that building process now. We're doing it stage by stage, step by step, and making sure that everything is carefully placed in its rightful place, and we're doing it methodically, bringing everything into being in a sure and focused way, and that's what the Knight does. Often it can be of rocky, uneven terrain, so he can't be running about. He's got to take it steady, because the horse could fall. He's got to navigate the rocky terrain sometimes very carefully, and so that's the kind of approach that we need. It's a careful, sure-footedness of placing each step in its rightful place. So as we begin this week, let us think about what we've got to do, and the things that we want to start building in our lives after the message of the weekend, and to do so carefully and step by step, and we may see our goal further ahead of what we want the finished structure of our lives to be, and the temptation might be to rush ahead towards that, but at the moment, at this stage, it's still that careful, steady progress, and not rushing it. That's what this card is saying to us today. So let's see what oracle card we're going to get to add to this message today. So and here we have the Hunter, which is track down your fears and desires. So as we're doing this, maybe we've got our desires, so we need to know what it is we're desiring as we do that slow building process, and to hunt down and track down and deal with any remaining fears that we may have about the process, about what we've got to do. Maybe we've still got some remaining fears about as we move forward, that we need to track down and deal with. Let's have a quick look at the book for this card. It's the Hunter. But yeah, it's still dealing with any uncertainties we may have, because if we've still got those fears, they can contribute to that weakness in the structure that the Tarot was warning about, because we may act hastily, or are not carefully out of fear, and we may think we're doing the right thing to protect us, but it may actually be the wrong thing for us. So we need to track down, he says, track down all our fearful thoughts and feelings, and then when we find them, we will find our desires too. Because fear is a perceived threat to what we desire, isn't it, for what we want, and the fear is a perceived threat to that. So it does give you an indication of, well, why are you fearful? The Hunter card is based on the Celtic god Cernunnos. He is the stag god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similarly, the hunter helps you connect with an energy that is both fearful and fearless. Your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time, so you have to come face to face with them, as the hunter does with wild animals, and go beyond them. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. So, slow and steady building, slow and steady progress, building step by step, dealing with any fears, confronting them, hunting them down, embracing your desires so that you can fulfill them in that building process. So that's the message of today: being careful and dealing with what's necessary, taking that slow and careful step, and step by step dealing with those fears as you move forward. So I'm back tomorrow to do day 7, and until then, take care everyone, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Okay, bye bye.